I'm about to build my dream spec E36, and it could quickly become the biggest financial mistake that I've ever made. But we're gonna do it anyway. So from a distance, it actually doesn't look too bad, but the bodywork on this car is absolutely horrendous. You can see there's paint missing, there's dents, there's cracks. When I say paint missing, it's not just small areas as well. We've got a massive gap here in the sunroof. We've got moss growth. Pretty much everything that could be wrong with the bodywork is wrong. Bumpers held on with cable ties. Overarches are pretty terrible, like some cheap eBay specials. And yeah, this is how we've been rocking. Been to plenty of track days like this, embarrassing a lot nicer looking cars, which is quite surprising because when we've looked under the car, pretty much all the bushes are worn out. So that means when we're taking corners, we're getting so much play. That's probably why we're snapping drive shafts left, right, and centre. There's so much play, so accelerating, taking corners, there's so much excessive movement. The drive shaft won't be sitting completely level, which is probably what's causing the constant issues. So that's one thing that we definitely need to get sorted. You can tell, let's jump inside. You can tell that in its lifetime, it's been abused on and off track. Like, someone tried to make a makeshift center console, because race car. Whoever did that needs prison time. They need prison time. Something that I've never shown anyone, but we've been rocking with roll cage not even bolted in. And obviously that's what the harnesses are bolted onto. Yeah, under here we've done quite a bit of work. This is where the majority of the work has took place to obviously get us to track days and get us to different events. We put a new radiator on, plenty of new sensors, like I said, new camshaft, a load of seals around the engine. But this version of the Dirty6ix is over, and it's time to explain exactly what's going to be happening with this build series and the plans for the car. First thing we're going to be tackling is, of course, the bodywork. The full car will be stripped next week. I'm going to be doing as much work on this car as I can myself, but we are going to have the help of Matt at MPE. He's obviously going to lend us the ramp so that we can fully strip the car. Interior will be coming out, most of the exterior panels will be coming off, engine and box will be coming out, drive shafts, diff, everything, and we're starting again. It'll be a full rolling shell, ready for the next phase of the build, which, to most people's excitement, will be paint. So we'll be painting the exterior, interior floor. Obviously underneath the car will be undersealed. We're getting a full chassis reinforcement kit. So that'll include things like the diff mount and a few other areas around the car which are known weak points on E36s, because we are going to be putting this car through its paces. So we need to make sure that it's stress tested and it's ready for the abuse that it's going to get. We'll also be replacing a lot of the body panels with fiberglass panels. I don't know how far we're going to go with this. I don't know whether we're going to go with sunroof delete. I kind of like the sunroof flex, but I don't know whether we're going to go as far as sunroof delete, windows, like plastic windows, because all these are options, but the car is still going to be a road car. So we're trying to make a track weapon, but also a fast road car. It's never going to be a good daily. It's always just going to be a toy. So yeah, I don't know exactly how far I want to take it in terms of deleting things and removing things, because I still want the car to be enjoyable on the road. So at that point, we'll have a car with a solid base. We'll have a full rolling shell that finally looks nice and is ready for some big upgrades. So next, We'll be moving on to suspension, bushes. We're probably going to be going LSD, some upgraded drive shafts maybe, so that we don't keep snapping them. I'm hoping that once the car's polybushed and a lot stiffer, that should stop all the drive shaft issues that we've been having. Then we move on to the engine. So we've got the notorious M50 B25, and you know this engine isn't complete without a turbo. So we're going to be putting a big turbo on the car, obviously not too big. We don't want massive amounts of lag. It is still going to be a track car and it's still going to be used on the road. So we're not aiming for big power. Maybe if we can break into the 400s, I'd be pretty happy with that. Obviously it's a fairly light car. It's going to be even lighter once we've improved the bodywork with some fiberglass panels. And I think 400 brake in this car is going to be absolutely nuts. So with that being said, that only leaves one area for improvement, which could probably be the most satisfying behind the bodywork, which is the interior. So at this point, we'd have a full stripped out interior, fresh paint, the dashboard will be coming out, steering wheel will be getting replaced, and I don't know whether to go with just a replacement E36 dash, or should we get some sort of custom setup, because it's going to be part race car, part road car. Should we lean more towards a race car or more towards a road car? We'll be going at least a replaced half cage welded in this time, so it's not moving around like that. We'll be getting fresh harnesses and of course fresh bucket seats, because these are absolutely, I don't even know how to describe them. They look like they've been in a war. But yeah, it's going to be a complete overhaul of the interior. At that point, we should have a car that finally looks nice, it drives nice, and it's pretty quick on track. And we're aiming to keep up with some of the more modern cars around tracks like Ulton, Brighton, Donington, etc. around the UK. And we may even do a trip out to the Nürburgring. My biggest goal for this car would probably be break the twos at Ulton Park. Now, I think my fastest time was a 2:07 last time we was there. And that's obviously with a subpar car, realistically. I've not really added up the cost of what this is going to run my pockets up to. And I'm waiting until there's no turning back. So I'll probably film that video once the car's stripped next week, because at that point, there's no turning back. The car will be in pieces and I'll have no choice but to put my money into it to get it back to a roadworthy standard. So if you're looking forward to the full strip down on this car, which is happening next week, then make sure you subscribe, because this series, I'm going to be documenting everything from start to finish, and hopefully we break into them twos at Ulton Park. So make sure you subscribed, like the video if you're excited for the build. I'll catch you in the next one.